Okay, so yesterday we ripped out the floor. I did a whole bunch of research on installing the subfloor and everything that needs to go into that. And boy, oh boy, it's gonna be a lot of work, but I'm excited about it. And what I'm gonna go do now is I'm just gonna go grind some rivets out. Just keep taking things out. So yesterday, Josh ripped out that panel, grinded out all the rivets. So I'm just gonna continue the work here. It looks like we're gonna have to replace all the weather sealing on these, which I assumed that was gonna be the case. But the floor is this weird corrugated floor, and I believe that is the last panel. I've been trying to peek underneath it, but I think this is the only panel on the floor, so that's gonna stay. This piece of plywood didn't come up because that auxiliary heater is still connected. Well, not to itself, but it's still connected. So I gotta get the right pipe connectors so that I can reroute the coolant underneath. We're talking about this insulation because it's already got insulation in it, and we're on the budget. Do we keep it? Do we upgrade it? I think we should upgrade it, but maybe we keep it. And then that leaves the question of the ceiling. The ceiling is most likely insulated as well. Do we keep it? Do we get rid of it? Do we rivet out or grind out all these rivets? It's all gonna be a decide as we go type of situation. For right now, I'm just gonna grind away at the walls because I know those are coming off. I'm gonna try to develop some sort of process for getting these rivets out quickly. I've never ground out rivets before, so figure out what works best. My knee pads are my knee pads from learning how to rollerblade. I started here and I got to here, and I'm now completely out of battery in the two smaller batteries. So it was 19 total rivets, 2 batteries. I'm gonna estimate that there are, there's probably over 1,000 rivets here. No, can't be that many. I should count. I should try to figure it out afterwards. Just do it and then count them and see how many it was. Let you guys know. Whoa. All right, we'll do a rivet count. We'll find out. It's 60 rivets that we've done so far, I think. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 more rivets on just this wall. So that means there's 72 rivets per wall, just in the lower half. And I think I am missing a few as well. We'll have to count that side. And then they could not be equal. And I think I was pressing way too hard with the grinder, and that's why I killed my batteries. I'm gonna try to be more efficient with the batteries, and if it becomes a real problem, we'll find somebody with an angle grinder that's plug-in, especially for the ceiling. If we do the ceiling. Still haven't decided. Let us know in the comments if you think we should do the ceiling. I gotta go charge the batteries, and I'll be back when I can. I'm back in the bus. I've got a charged battery, and I'm gonna try the drill method of removing the rivets. I'm gonna see what seems to be working better. So I've got these drill bits here. That one's huge. That one's probably plenty big. Yep, that does check out. So I'm gonna try drilling through the rivets, see if that's faster, more efficient, whatever. This is not more efficient, and it is not faster. That's not really working. I think it's the drill bits. I bought the ones the guy said that were good for metal and all that, and they were better. I think he lied to me. I'm gonna run to Home Depot, and I'm gonna get some things that I need. I got new safety goggles that can go over my glasses, and I got a drill bit that was rated for stainless steel because we didn't have one, and that was taking way too long. So let's test it out. guess stainless steel is just really hard to go through. Ah! Just like that. I developed a method for getting the rivets out that feels like the least amount of work. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's best on the battery either. That battery's already half dead, and I only got 12 rivets out. So this process might be oddly specific for me, but basically I've got this drill bit can go through stainless steel. Got a little nub on the end of it, which makes it really hard to go into the rivets, because when you put it in, it like slides all over the place. Like, I've got this other titanium drill bit that does go through, but is just a lot slower, and it's small. And so I'll drill through the center with the small drill bit, and I'll come back with this one, and then, yeah, it seems to work. When the rivet starts to spin, that's where it gets kind of tricky. You kind of just need to wiggle it around. Until that happens. And the head of the rivet comes off. And boom, completely off. Way harder to do with one hand, so don't film it and do it at the same time. So that method sucks. I was so confident. It works sometimes, and then sometimes it doesn't. So I resorted to the grinder, and it just destroys the batteries. After all my testing, the various methods to get these out, I do think the best way is going to be just grinding them away. So let's do that. Woo! Alright, I have officially grinded all of the rivets coming down the sides, except for these ones here. I can't get the angle grinder in close enough, and when I do, it shoots sparks straight into my face. So I gotta figure those out. It's definitely gonna be tricky. I don't think these panels will come off until this comes off, which is all set on by screws, which is nice. So I think that's my next project, is to take off the screws here and to take off the screws in the back panels here. Pro move. Rust. Rust. So up in here are the flasher lights up on the top. We're gonna remove those, and we're gonna get some flasher deletes. But instead of buying metal, we're gonna just cut this into the right size and we'll rivet it on. So we're gonna reuse as much of this as we can for whatever we might need. Excellent news is that the wires are all contained nicely, which is great because I need this bus drivable while we work on it. With the wires contained, I can drive around and I don't have to worry about them dangling or flying everywhere. Excellent news part 2, and this is just incredible, I can't believe it. All of the wires are labeled all the way down very specifically. So this one says dome light, boom, goes to the dome light. There's one that says LH rear speaker. Figuring out what wire goes to what is gonna be like the easiest thing in the world. And I've been watching videos, trying to figure out the best process for all that. And I've seen some people that are like, this is taking me months to figure out all this wiring. And I'm over here looking at a wire that says right-hand turn signal. I don't got nothing to worry about, and it's gonna be sick. I don't really know what to do next. See what time it is. I gotta pull some of these panels off still. And then I gotta organize the back here so that it is drivable if I need show you guys my temporary locking solution for the back door. These emergency exits don't lock by law when they're a school bus. We lucked out and we had this metal plate that came out and kind of held the handles, so I just drilled a hole through and we're just gonna bolt. That might not work as well once this panel comes off. I might be able to screw in these top bits, but these bottom ones won't be able to go in, so it might not be as strong, but it'll definitely keep people from moving the handles. But if they really tried to force it, they might be able to get somewhere. So this is the solution for now. I think we're gonna do something very similar when the bus is refinished, just with the big metal plate, probably this one, bolted in under the bed, but we're gonna make it so it's accessible. And we'll either keep it a bolt or we'll make it a lock. The walls have been gutted, except for right there where we haven't got that panel off. We'll take out this insulation soon. It's the next day. I'm out here smashing things with a hammer. These rivets I can't get with the grinder, so I got this cold chisel for chiseling metal, and I've got a hammer. And because I care about my fingers, I'm using these pliers to hold on to the chisel. This one's just bending the rivet. I just bent it so much that it popped out. That was by far the best method, coming from behind. That just blasted it right out of there. Some of you may be wondering what our ultimate plan is with this bus. Once we get it all outfitted for living, our plan is to kind of stay here in the Atlanta area for a while, and with the ability to be able to travel and not have to pay for things like housing. The goal is to make this bus our permanent home. We only have a short amount of time. In November, our lease ends in our apartment, and that's our goal, to be in the bus full time. I do think it's something that we can manage. We can at least make it livable, even if it's not fully finished. That being said, I have no clue what I'm doing. Everything that I do in here is based off of something that I've watched on YouTube. I'm constantly just thinking about ways to solve all the different problems. One big one that I haven't quite figured out yet is this door, how we're gonna seal it shut and how we're gonna insulate it better, because right now it's pretty terrible. I've seen some people put locks on them, but it still will let so much hot air or cold air in depending on where we are. We do have a workshop available to us, which is pretty incredible. So big shout out to my boss for letting us use that. And I'm building this bus on my free time. I don't work full time, which is nice, so I have a lot of time to work on it, but I'm not allowed to work on the bus at my apartment, which makes things a lot harder. As far as all the wood that we're gonna use in this project, our goal is to try to get it all from pallets and free sources, which will be tricky and will cause a lot more work, because rather than just going to buy the wood that we need, we're gonna have to go find pallets, bring them back, strip them, sand down the wood, and then use the wood, and it's all gonna be in smaller pieces than if we just bought sheets of plywood. But it will be considerably cheaper because wood is probably one of the more expensive bits of this. So I'm making these videos right now on my phone. I've been out of the habit of making videos, so I wanted to make it as easy as possible. So I'm just on my phone, filming, editing on my iPad. As I go, as I get more comfortable with it, into the swing of things, the video production will go up, I can guarantee it. I have the cameras, I've done it before. I just didn't really want to do it that much right now. Making these videos is going to be one of the things that is going to make living in this bus so much more possible and so much easier, because we'll have the help of people, whether it's just in the comments or just like the helpful little words of encouragement, or if you sign up for our Patreon and help chip in monthly. It's really just to help us fund this project and do what we want to do. And we'll create content on the way for you guys. Our channel will not only just be bus building stuff, that's just what it's going to be for now. But we do lots of other stuff. I do parkour, Madison does modeling and acting. We're gonna show you guys what we do. I hope you enjoy the videos, and I would really love it if you guys liked, comment, and subscribe. I hate saying that stuff because I hate social media, but it's what's gonna make this possible. I'm gonna get back to ripping a whole bunch of stuff out of this bus. I hope you enjoy. I could not get into these rivets with the grinder, and I did not want to have to chisel them. But I disconnected the rest of the wall, and the whole thing's popping right off. So that's pretty sick. I set up my camera to film me take that off, and the camera fell over immediately. So you didn't see it, but it's off. I tried to see what would happen if I tried two different methods. I grinded this one off, and then I used the chisel underneath here on this one. And both were about as much effort, so we'll see. Okay, I can now get this panel off from behind these tubes. But the door is bolted through the wall, so these are the hinges. I'm going to have to take them off and then put them back on. Aha! Phillips head goes in the back, and it spins it. Go inspect the other side, make sure that it all looked like it went back on. Yep. Cool. Mission success. I now have to grind these rivets off, and I have to be extra careful I do not hit this tube. This is full of Freon. So yeah, I probably won't film this part because I don't have my tripod. Solution. This metal plate goes in between the rivet and the tube. Cool. Got all those off. Did not cut the tube. That's all the rivets on the walls in the back of the bus. Woo! It's getting dark in here, I'm gonna call it. It was pretty good though, I got quite a bit done.